Today's collectible spot, we are having a look at the NJCroce, the bendable action figure of Batman. Spot wanted to have a look at this figure in this review, just to show you some of the available options that the folks over at NJCroce are producing. We've seen a lot of smaller box sets and releases of figures, but this is almost like a full-size action figure in a posable treatment. This is Batman. I want to feel like it's Batman more so from New 52. The fact that he is missing, of course, his underoos and whatnot. He comes in a slightly different box as well from some of the releases that we've seen as well from the NJCroce guys over there. Spin around the back of the package. Sadly, no read-up or anything like that. There's no, there's nothing really even indicated on the box itself. But Spot's going to take a break. Going to get this opened up. When we come back, we're going to get a better look at the NJCroce bendable action figure of Batman. There's more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. For those just tuning in now, I don't even know how that's possible. For those just tuning in now, Spot's having a look at the NJCroce bendable Batman figure. Now, you would look at this and you would think that this is actually an action figure, but no, it's not. It is a bendable action figure in the sense that it's wireframed. Just before I show you how that posability works, let's have a look at this figure. I would even argue it's one of the better Batman head sculpts I've seen for a non-action figure release of the Caped Crusader. Design-wise, I think he's more in vein to the New 52 design because he's got the kind of armored up suit. He's missing the bat underoos, and because he's got that lighter gray color. But yeah, I think figure-wise, it's pretty good, I have to say. Now, he does have a cloth cape, a very long cape also, that attaches, or it actually, there's a hole in the top that goes over the cowl of the figure. So it looks like on the back, and also an indicator too that it's a bendable figure, is that it's got the holes in the back rubber of the body. Nice, good, flowing cape. That's one of the better Batman capes I've seen too. Just get that flowing behind his shoulders there. There's not really a lot of color in him. The cowl is a darker gray to go with the gloves, the boots. The majority of the figure itself is lighter gray with an accent of the yellow in the utility belt. The bat emblem too, popping in black there. They've sculpted the talons in, the little side spike blades on the sides of his gauntlets there. Big shoulder pads too. I keep looking at the face. Sorry, Spot just took a pause there. I keep looking at the face thinking, that's one of the better Batman head sculpts I've seen, even on figure releases. He doesn't go with any sort of accessories, although truthfully, even if he did, his hands are closed shut. There's nothing that you can actually put into his hands. It's hard to describe the material that they've used for his cape. It's almost got, and this is probably the worst comparison I can make, but it's almost a cross between like a balloon rubber and like almost like a velvet. That is probably the worst comparison I could probably have made. But I like the cape though. I'd be wishing actually that some figures had capes as good as these. In the way of his posability, let's just get the cape out of the way here. In the way of Batman's posability, again, it's not really so much posable as it is wireframed. So there's a wireframe running all through the skeletal inside of Batman's body here. He does not have really so much posability in his head. I really like head and torso is because it's dense rubber. It's a little harder. You can get a little bit of a crunch going on there with Batman's torso, but not really much. The shoulders do allow a little bit of movement where they can move out, and you can bend in the elbow there. You can get some fists going on with the Caped Crusader. Like that. And then legs, he does have, you can do a little bit of the splits. Likes to move forward and back a little bit. He's got that little bit of a bend in his knee. When you start comparing, say, this figure to a skinnier figure, let's say, well, let's even say like the Eartha Kitt or the Julie Newmar Catwoman, just because I like talking about Julie Newmar. That figure is a little skinnier, So the range of motion is a little bit easier on a figure like that. When you get to the bulkier rubber figures like Batman here, there's a little less going on for them just because there is so much more extra rubber in the sculpt. But you get enough going for it being classed as a bendable figure. Again, you get that motion in the arms, the legs, where it counts, I would say. I'm really impressed. I want to pick this particular figure up just to show you guys the range that NJCroce are doing for their figure releases. They've got bendable figures in the box sets, but this is one of those large figures that I think champions and rivals even some of the action figures that you might have on your shelf. Really good sculpt, good paint, although very minimal on paint, just in the lighter grays and whatnot. But it's a decent looking Batman all around. Today's collectible Spot was having a look at the NJCroce Batman. I think this is, I'm going to say it's from New 52. The New 52 bendable action figure of Batman. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more collectible Spots heading your way. Thanks for watching. See you next time.